exercise 7.3 part 3. So hopefully you have gone over part 1 and part 2. Please say you have read the section. And now we're going to start doing proofs. Okay, so looking at the first one, you'll see right away with line 2, you definitely want to do De Morgan. Okay, so you're going to get not M or not N. Okay, so that's 2 De Morgan. You always want to do that whenever you see anything like line 2. That way you can distribute them, see what they look like. Okay, so now that we have not M or not N, now we can see the repetition of those up there. And we can also see the P and the Q that we need over here. So if you remember, constructive dilemma is exactly what we want to use. So we're simply going to use line 1 and 3, and then we're just going to get P or Q with CD. Okay, so again, it's about noticing the patterns. Okay, so for this one, first of all, let's go to the conclusion. So this does look like this if we were to do De Morgan. And I would suggest doing it over on the side, because you now know I can get this as my conclusion, or I can get this, because if I get not F or not S, I just do De Morgan and then I got the conclusion. Okay, so now looking over here, now we know we have not S, so we just need to add not F. So 1, add. Now, unfortunately, it's not in the right order, so we're going to do a COM, and we'll get it in the right order. And then we're just going to do De Morgan, and we're there. Okay, so make certain that you're doing these little tricks, and they are outlined in the chapter as well. Hurley does a really good job of showing you these. Okay, so let's look at the third one. So we have J or, and then we have K dot L. And what we need is J. And J is isolated right here, and it's connected with a disjunction. So if you'll remember, the only way we can get a disjunction is to get the negation of the other side. So let's go back and look. So we need J, so what we really need is we need the negation of K dot L. That's what we need right there. So now we're going to look down here and we're going to see, okay, so we have not K, so we need to have an L there, so we're going to have to add it. So let's just add a not L, because that's what we need to add. And then 4, if we do De Morgan, then we got it. And by the way, if you had messed up and you didn't notice that you needed that not L and you had done this, it would have been perfectly fine. You just would have realized later it wasn't right. Okay, so what you would have done is you would have just added for 2. And then when you went down here, you would have went not K and then a dot, and see how there's not a negation there, so it wouldn't have worked out. So when you put a negation on there, it doesn't work. Okay, but if you make a mistake, don't freak out. Just go back and redo it. It's not a problem. And that's how we learn, is just noticing things that you need to notice. Okay, so I have my not K dot L. Okay, so the only thing we need to do now is K dot L or J. Okay, so we need a COM 1. And now I have everything lined up perfectly for me to go J, and then 4 and 5 DS. So the key here is noticing you need the J. Then once you notice you need the J, look for the J over here. Notice it's attached with the disjunction, and then go from there. Okay, so you just got to start noticing the patterns. Okay, so again, with number 1 here, I want to do De Morgan. I'm not even going to look at the rest of this right now. I'm just going to go straight for De Morgan. Okay, 1, De Morgan. Okay, now I'm going to look at it. I need not in. Okay, so I have not in right here. It's tied together with an or again, so it's a disjunction. So I need to have the negation of the other side. So I have a not T, so the negation of not T gives me T, and I already have it. So I just got to set everything up now. So on line 4, I'm going to go not T or not in, so 3 calm. And then all I need to do is cancel these two out. But the problem is it's not exactly set up in the right way. So what I'm going to have to do is put not T, so 2 double negation. And then in line 6, those two cancel each other out, and then you get not in. So 4 and 5 DS. And we're there. Okay, so 21. There's a few things on here that we want to clean up even before we start looking at this one. So again, this one over here, I want to do De Morgan over on the side so I can see it. And it's just a visualization for you to know that if I were to get this right here, I could do De Morgan and I have the conclusion. And a lot of times this is going to be a lot easier because looking at not K dot not H, I know if I get not K in a line by itself and I get not H in a line by itself, I can conjunct them together and I'm good. Okay? Also, over here, I want to do De Morgan on line 1. So I'm going to have not K dot not F, so that's just De Morgan. And then right away I'm noticing, okay, I needed not K. I already have not K. I'm halfway there. I just need to get not H. So now my new goal really isn't not K dot not H. I just need not H. Because I can get not K right there. Okay. So now looking at this, my not H is connected to G or C. Now, I don't have a G and I don't have a C anywhere yet. So let's look up here and line 2. So if I get not F, then I can get K or C. And then I can use the not K down here to just get that C, and then I'll just add the G. Okay? If you didn't follow that, I'm going to work it out and explain it as I go as well. So first of all, I need to take line 4. I'm going to do a little switch here. So I need to do 4 calm. And then I'll get my not F. So 6 simplification. And now that I have my not F, I'm going to use it right up here with line 2. And I'm going to get K or C. So 2 and 7. Modus ponens. And now that I have K or C, I'm just going to do DS since it's already in the right order. I'm going to use 5 and 8 DS. So I have C now by itself, which is exactly what I needed. So I'm going to have to add a G. So 9 add. 11, it's not in the right order. Take care of that. 10 calm. Now we'll just use 3 and 11. And we'll get our not H. Okay, now we have everything we need. We just got to put it all together. So on 13, I'm going to take the not K from line 5. I'm going to combine that with the not H from line 12. I'm going to conjunct those together. And then 14, I'm going to do De Morgan. And then I'm there. Okay, so you got to start looking at these a little bit differently and then figure out what you need and kind of backtrack on how to get there. Or if you just want to start doing things and then hopefully fall into it, that's another method as well. Okay, so again, we want to start doing some things right away. So right here, I want to see what this looks like if I were to do De Morgan. Okay, so we know that if we get not R or not Q, then we can do De Morgan and we have the conclusion. We also know that if we get not R by itself We might be able to add the not Q and vice versa, but let's see what happens first. Line 1 looks a lot like distribution, so let's just do it and see if we need it later on. Okay, so now we have S or I dot S or not J. So let's flip this around so we can get this one over here. That way if we want to simplify, we can. And I'm noticing, so we have an R, not R or not Q is what we need. And I'm noticing that there's a pattern right here. So if I take, and I'm also seeing the S or the not J right here. So let's conjunct 2 and 3 together and then see if we can't do that constructed dilemma that we learned oh so long ago. Not R. Okay, not sure where we're going yet, but I'm pretty sure this is it. So if we conjunct those two together, and then we're going to take S or not J, so we'll do 5 as simplification. Yeah, looks like we got everything we need. Okay, so we got the right pattern. So just in case you're not seeing it, you have S or not J, S, not J, and then you have not R, and then you have not Q, which is exactly what we need up here. So we'll use 6 and 7, and we'll use C, D, and we're going to get not R or not Q. Perfect. And then we'll just use, oops, then we'll just use De Morgan, take the negation out, change it to a dot, and we're good. Okay, so hopefully this helped. Again, you've really got to practice these. That's the only way. If you need help with certain problems, just send me an email. I can create another video for you guys. It's not a problem.